Good morning, guys. This is Charlotte from Support the Mompreneur Mastermind Group on Facebook. I am so excited for you to get to know my friend Jen Grosso, who's going to be on the video next. Stay tuned because you will love it.
Good morning, Jen. How are you?
I am so good. How are you?
I am so good. Thank you so much for being with me today. It's such a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to see you and to speak with you. I'm excited to be here. I'm super excited that our technology is working correctly.
Yes, I needed to have like a third part because I figured out Facebook just deleted the option to invite guests from your phone. So that's why you can't invite guests anymore. But anyway, we want to know everything about you. We want to know who you are. I want the community on the Mompreneur group, the Support the Mompreneur Mastermind, to know who you are because I think you are an awesome woman and mom.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so excited that we got to know each other a little bit and that I can be a part of this group. I know that when people refer to mompreneurs, I think they usually think that their kids are really little. And my kids were a lot littler when I started, but we're now at the point I've been in this since 2011 when my kids were both toddlers. They're really close in age, Sophia and Gabriel, and they are 15 months apart. And so it was really hard in the beginning when they were very, very little, but they're both now, my one is 14 and the other one is going to turn 13 very, very soon. So I've done the mompreneur thing now for a long time with little kids all the way moving up. And my business has kind of taken a bunch of different turns, but it's been fun and I wouldn't give it up for anything. I'm so glad that I stayed home and created this like very cool, flexible business that I could still be working and contributing, but I could be there for them in a different way. It was really cool.
And so you are a business coach and you're a writer, a speaker, you do it all. And I think you're also a trainer, right?
I am. That's more of a passion project, but yes, I'm a business coach and I do a lot of writing where I'm writing on social media and I've written some articles and things like that, but I'm in the process of writing a book. I'm very excited about it. And speaking was a big part of my business. I'm shifting to more online speaking now. But I'm also a CrossFit trainer. I for fun did some competitive CrossFit in my 40s and it's cool. So that's like a little part of my world, but I really enjoy it. It's fun for me. Exercise is how I stay sane, I think. And so that's my exercise of choice. Although before this all started, I started to do yoga and I fell in love with it and then got, now I'm doing it online, but it's really good.
Wow, you're doing so many things. I love the fact that you follow your passion and you're making the most of it by sharing what you love with the world. I think that's awesome.
Thank you.
What are you writing about? Because you're a writer.
Yes. So the book that I used to own a gym as one of the businesses that I had. So I've also owned a couple of businesses over time. And when I actually started to write the book back when I had the gym, and it was about women and confidence. And it was really about confidence with your body and working out. After I sold the gym and I started to really think about my women business clients, that confidence is so important in so many other factors, and I started to change it and write it from that perspective. Because one of my key signature talks is called Chaos to Confidence. And it's about all the tools you can use to build your confidence over time so that you can show up in your life in the way that you want to. Forgive yourself when it doesn't go quite right. Know that you're learning and allow yourself to just keep plowing ahead. The book is really about confidence and all the things that you can keep doing to get better and grow in your mindset. And I'll tell you the current working title. Hopefully it won't offend anyone. It's a little bit snarky. But it's called The Ambitious, BITCH. It talks about how very often when you're chasing your dreams or you're a woman who's going after what she wants to go after, people sometimes throw out words at you that try to hold you back. And it's about overcoming those and knowing that, people who are sometimes identified with that label happen to be really soulful and kind and they want to do wonderful things. And And if you can maybe embrace the title and give it new meaning, it'll get you further faster. So we'll see though. It's a working title. I haven't decided if it'll turn too many people off or not. Maybe I'll ask your group and they can let me know.
Yeah. We had a little glitch with Facebook. I don't know why the live went off, but I put it back on. Anyway, the video, like I'm recording that, so I will post the video so people can get the whole thing. So don't worry about it. We're going back to the live right now. So we are live, but it's missing just the best part of what you were saying, but that's okay. I got it recorded, so I will be posting it. I am sorry about technology. Talking about confidence and being a mom and having a business, what are your 3 practical tips that you can give us
for confidence?
Yes.
Okay, so I was saying before about how you need to forgive yourself, and I think that to be confident, you have to know that just taking action and moving forward is an exercise of confidence. It's practicing confidence, and that you have to take that action without too much investment in the outcome. We always want things to turn out well, but when we focus too much on the outcome, it can sometimes prevent us from taking action. Like, what if we get caught in our head and we start overthinking? What if it doesn't go well? What if I don't have all my ducks in a row? And then you get stalled or paralyzed and you don't do anything. So if you can embrace the idea that if I take action, I'm either going to succeed or I'm going to learn a lesson that's going to give me the information so that I can see that I can succeed the next time I take the action. I think that's a super important part of your confidence. Another area that I would say I work with a lot of my clients, and even sometimes I work with executives. They're not my main group, but it's also how you carry yourself. And sometimes I think we can be exhausted as moms. Children are wonderful, but they can take a lot out of you, and you're trying to juggle so many things. So sometimes our energy isn't quite what we would like it to be, right? It's not quite where we would want it to be. And so I give people some suggestions that how can they'll say they're going to get on a call or they're going to get on an interview with someone like this, but they're not feeling the energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's a little ridiculous, but I'm actually going to show you. I hope I can show you in here. You can see I'm wearing pants, but I tell women that, when nobody can see them, because they're probably a little crazy, that they stand in the Wonder Woman pose where they puff out their chest and they put their hands on their hips and they take a few breaths. And it's funny, I'm doing it right now. I know it seems ridiculous, but it does change it changes your physiology, and it makes you feel better and more powerful, and that can give you a little confidence boost. And I learned a little bit about that when I was years ago, more than 10 years ago. I was watching something with Tony Robbins, and just like that. That looks so good. And he was talking about every time before he gets on stage, he gets on this I forget what it is. It's some sort of machine where he stands on a plate, and the plate moves around and it gets him all jazzed and worked up. And I think if we don't have, I don't know, that thing, I looked it up at the time, 10 years ago, it cost thousands of dollars. We don't have one of those for our homes, but we can stand in the Wonder Woman pose and hold ourselves in a more confident way, and then sit down, and it can change your mood and change how you're presenting yourself. And then the other thing that I would say is that you can build your confidence in large part by seeking support from other women, and to reach out to those trusted confidants and to ask them, can you help me out here? I'm not feeling confident about X, Y, or Z. And can you tell me, is that something that I have a hole that I need to fix, that I need to replace, or am I being too harsh on myself? So often when we are, especially mompreneurs tend to be solopreneurs too. They tend to be really running the business by themselves, and they don't have a lot of objective feedback. So you have to seek that out. Seek out a trusted mentor, a trusted friend, preferably one that's in business for themselves. Because sometimes I think it's difficult for our very lovely friends who don't own businesses to understand our struggles. But if you can find someone that you can confide in, tell them what you're not feeling confident about, they might be able to give you a better perspective about what it is that you need to do to get more competent and confident, or that maybe you just need a mirror to see how just
Uh-huh.
amazing you are.
Oh, I had a great. Oh yes, your tribe as well is very important when, like, for your confidence and to build that business. And I've learned something very interesting, that when you want to build your tribe, your community, you have to have 1/3 of people who are 2 steps above you, 1 to 2 steps above you, 1/3 of people who are the same level as you, and 1/3 of people who are 2 steps below you, more or less.
Absolutely. It makes perfect sense, because you have those people who are people you can aspire to and reach, and they have things to teach you. You have people on your level that know exactly what you're going through. You're feeling the same exact things, or so they can really be such a boost. And then for I think so many of us as mompreneurs, we just want to help others and we want to serve others, and to have that opportunity to help people and bring them up with you, it's just a gift to be able to do that, and to share your knowledge and where you are. And we're always a little bit ahead of somebody and a little bit behind somebody. So it's much easier to grow an authentic tribe that way.
Yeah, and I think it keeps us into the flow. So as you said, we are inspired by other, but also we want to help the other one who,
Right.
to grow. And at the same time, we not compare ourselves, but support the one who are at the same level as we are. So I think it's a great combination.
I do
What
too.
what type of client are you looking for your business? Because you're a business coach. So what is your dream client? Who is your dream client?
My dream clients are clients that have been in business for a couple of years, but they're feeling very, very stalled. And so they have some product or service that they're doing well with, and things are okay, but they're having difficulty getting from the point of they've validated their business, people want it, to getting to themselves to where they can really start growing it. And what I find about that is someone who's usually a solopreneur that doesn't have any help, and they're wearing all of the hats in their business. They're usually about 3 to 5 years in. They tend to be women. They're usually service providers who occasionally have a product in there that they're also passing around. And my absolute ideal client is someone who's in the health and wellness and fitness industry, because I've done that for so much over time. So, and I know that those businesses are really struggling right now, but I still think that there's opportunity. I know you know this from my past, but I was an attorney. So I often help, another area is that I often help people who are executives or attorneys, or they're people who are in these corporate jobs that are no longer fulfilled by what they're doing, and they have saved up over time, and they're ready to make that leap, and they're ready to follow their passion. And because I did that myself, less than 5% of lawyers will ever leave the law. I did it. I love to guide those people and show them that there is a new path, and that they can find their way in entrepreneurship and find a new second phase of their life. Those are extraordinary clients for me as well.
Good. And what I love the most about you is you always open to meet new people and to, share what you know, what you've learned, what you've experienced. And I think that's fabulous. I also know that you're very connected with Derek Robbins, who is the son of Tanya Robbins. You kind of
Yes.
help him with his workshop, right, on Fridays?
Yes, so what happened was when coronavirus started to hit, and for me in my own business, I saw a massive uptick in my clients reaching out to me, and even former clients, that were reaching out to me really fearful about what was happening, and very concerned about how it was going to affect their businesses and their ability to take care of their families, and were they going to lose everything. And it was very, very stressful time. And at the time, I felt this renewed passion and drive to save as many businesses as possible, because when you say, it's my belief and always has been, if you can save a business, you save a family.
Mm-hmm.
People always talk about businesses as they're these brick and mortar businesses that don't have any life to them. They're so important on a human level. They support people in so many ways. They make so many jobs. So I really wanted to be involved, and I reached out to Jarek because I knew that he was trying to create a program that was going to serve small businesses, even ones who couldn't pay. And I felt so strongly aligned with that mission that I reached out to him and simply pitched myself and said that I wanted to be involved. I gave without expectation in return. I wasn't looking to get paid or anything like that. I just wanted to be involved. And he said, okay, he would get on a call with me for a 15-minute virtual coffee date, which is something that I've been pushing people to do, is get on these coffee dates, informal, casual talks. It was only supposed to be 15 minutes, and we spoke for an hour and a half, and we were just on board. And so I'm helping out in as much as I possibly can, giving feedback on the program as they're trying to develop it. And they have a number of tiers in their program where it's free for the people who are really suffering. And if you know, and I love that they have guidelines. If you're making $10,000 or less a month, you really should stay in the free Friday zone. And then if you are at a place where you're making 10 or more, or you can write to them and justify how you will pay, because they don't want anyone getting into debt just to be involved. They have a membership group, and then they have a much more VIP advanced if you are making a significant amount of money, and you have to prove that. And I love that. I think that's just so honest. There's so many, I'm a business coach, and there are so many coaches out there who pitch it, that like programs that are thousands of dollars to people who really aren't able to pay, and they will even hard sell you to get you to put down a credit card for it. And I just think that there's not a lot of integrity in that. And I just love that they're honest about this. If this is where you are, this is where you belong. And they're taking care of people along the way at a really vital time. So I'm so grateful to be a part of that group. And anyone who is on here, I'm sure you can put up the link for Jared so that they can be involved in. It's and it's also what they're teaching. You've been on the call.
Yes.
It's solid business. It's solid, very clear basics for the business that you have to
very
get
practical.
It's so practical. It's inspiring, but most of the information is practical, and it's important stuff. So I'm just thrilled to be a part of it.
Yes, and there are two things that I retain right now. It's like we tend to, separate our business life to our personal life, but it's really linked to each other, and it's important to acknowledge that, because when you understand that, it's when you start to grow and start to create abundance and attract, abundance around you. So I think that's a very important mindset that we have to work on. And the second thing that I love is that you involve in so many community without expecting anything in return. And that's the basis of building your reputation in your business. You have to give value without any expectation, and it has to come from your heart. And I think you are the perfect example.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. I feel the same way about you right away. When we were in a different mastermind group together, and you were so honest about what you were doing in terms of content production, and that you had done so many things in the past, but you were so willing to offer information. And there are things that you've done that I haven't done, and I'm so excited to continue to learn from you. And no matter how smart or accomplished or who knows what, the truth is we can always learn so much from other people. And I have always been served very well by being open and curious about others and what's their story and what do they have to teach me. And it's both helpful and just a nicer way to live.
Yeah, and my struggle before was I got confused with the message of having a business and giving value for free, because you have messages that say like, no, you are worth something, so don't give everything that you know for free. But at the same time, if you don't start somewhere, you can't build a reputation, you cannot build your influence, you cannot build a community. And that's where I got confused when I was younger. I was too impassioned to make that first box of my knowledge, and it didn't work. So I had to learn the hard way that that's not the right path to take.
Right. Yeah. And but see, that's why you're here so confidently now, right? Like I talked about in the beginning, is that you have to drive ahead, and it might not work out. Mostly it doesn't. We have plans and we take actions, and usually if we're lucky, some part of it goes well, and then we learn from it. And it's the people who do something and it doesn't go well, and then they throw their hands up and they're done. And just the resilience and the grit you have to keep going and to learn from the past is amazing.
Yes, and one thing that is also wonderful when you just take those little leap and you're sharing like that, exactly that virtual coffee. I didn't expect to have that powerful time with you this morning, such inspiring moment. And now I have so many much more ideas for that specific, shows in the morning. I know that my friend Leslie was watching a little bit earlier, is going to be live with me next week, but she's a trainer. So maybe I'll go like with my, training costume, and I will do some trainings with her, like doing a real show, not long, like 30 minutes, and just do crazy thing. And
right,
you just inspire me to do that today and right now, because I was really like, okay, let's have a cup of coffee, but it really turned into an interview here, and that's just awesome. And another thing that I would love to ask you, because I don't know if you know, but I'm launching a podcast soon. I was thinking about September, but I may launch it sooner because I already have tons of content and I want to interview you on my podcast. So the layout would be more structured than today.
Sure.
But it will be about you, your business, you as a mom, how you make money online, the confidence on being a mom and a businesswoman at the same time. Yes. So I would love to interview you.
I'm so excited. I would love to be on it. I think that's amazing. I am really impressed that you're going to go ahead and take that leap and do the podcasting. I think it will get your message out there in a bigger way, so that more people know all of the amazing things that you have to offer. And I'm excited to even be a listener. Do you have a name for it yet? Or are you
Yes, the name is How Moms Make Money Online.
Oh, I love it.
It's perfect. Related to my website, howmomsmakemoney.com, and I've already have 4 episodes.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so my aim is to have 10th episode before I launch. Okay. So I can launch 3, and then I launch 1 per week, and so I still have time to get more content and more people on board.
Sure.
But it's funny because at first I was like, okay, because I'm very creative. So I was like, okay, let's try a podcast. I've never tried that. I've tried videos and I've tried everything, but I haven't tried a podcast. And I didn't expect that podcast was going to be my creative flow. And I have so much fun. I have so much fun even to record my voice and the intro and the outro and everything. There is just one thing that I don't like to do, and it's editing, like, the long pause and hum. So I'm having someone to do that, but
beautiful.
I have so much fun, and I'm so happy that you're going to be on my show as well.
I am too. It's exciting. It's
so
exciting. I love it.
Thank you so much, Jen, for your time this morning. I'm going to free you. And I'll be in touch for the podcast for sure today, probably today. Thank you very much. That was awesome. Thank you.
You're awesome too. Thank you for having me. And
I have one more question. Let me know how we can help you.
How you can help me? Well, I will probably come back at another point. When I decide exactly where my book is going to go, I think I'm going to have a Facebook group that's going to fall in line with that. But in the meantime, I have a Facebook group that's an accountability group for writers who are writing their first book. And it can be, or writing a book in general, but they're feeling stalled. You could be at any stage. You could be at the idea stage and you've always wanted to. Or you could be in the middle of your book, or you could be on your 3rd book, but you're looking for some accountability to get started and to get going and to hold yourself to a writing habit so that you can finish that book and get your message out into the world. In general, the books are going to be, I think, personal development. And so what you guys can do for me is, if you fall into that category, drop a note in the comments and I'll invite you into the group. Or if you have someone that you think would be useful for it, if you could send them to me, that would be great, because I want to grow that community. That's a community that I really want to give back to all of the wonderful people out there who have something to teach others through the written word. And I think it's a hard, solitary thing to be doing, and to get the extra support you need, I think, is really important. So if it's okay with you, could I post to the group?
You can, and I will also post something. And I'm part of that group, and it's very engaging, and awesome people out there, and giving you so many great ideas, and pushing you to go to, to the next level. And I love your group for that.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Charlotte. You're
Thank you,
awesome.
me too. Thank you very much. And I will clip that video and I will send it to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I hope you enjoyed the show as much as I did. If you did, please subscribe or share it with your friend who could benefit from those fantastic stories. If you're a mom, if you're a mompreneur, please join us on the group. The more, the merrier. I would love to feature you and to get to know you more. So don't hesitate to email me, connect with me on Facebook, on the group, on Instagram. I'll put all the link below. Otherwise, I wish you a fabulous day and please stay safe.